Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, heroes like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 own Bocage in the north. It is F3hrig fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 3rd Armored Division, 2nd Company, tasked with breaking through the German lines here, held under the command of Caosak, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, and the 352nd Infantry Division with mechanized assault, Jaeger Infantry, and Spearhead. We got Panzerfaust Infantry and Machine Guns versus F3hrig with Airborne straight into Pathfinders, allowing him to get out more troops fast on the field here. With the Pathfinders 50 cals, paratroopers, anti-tank gun, and the P-47, Caosak here with Jaeger Infantry. Goes for ambush training, obviously. Jaeger line for upgrades. Jaeger command squad, light artillery barrages, and the Stuka anti-tank strafe. Grenadier MD42 versus Rival Squad Pathfinder. Also, very big thanks to my patron support as always. The champions and heroes for keeping me in the business. You too can join the ranks by Patreon, or you can donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description. Almost, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. The news was here though. F3hrig is clearly lining up for a main thrust here towards the eastern fuel point, though. Caosak seemingly already predicting this, got the machine rate support here in case of any intense fighting in the east here. Also got sandbags down, very good. Gonna need to move towards the center here for Caosak, Germany, Deutschland, and we got the 2nd Grenadier Squad there for Caosak, moving on the center there. Point there being seized, Pathfinders on the eastern side, reasons they're based in the west with tank traps and barbed wire. And Basil meowing in support. The support of what I do not know. Creeping forward here, knowing shots yet to be fired. We got the 2nd Grenadier Squad right around the corner here for Caosak. Pathfinders going up here behind the flank of the 352nd Infantry Division. Go first shots fired. Rival Squad caught here, Pioneer going to deal with that. Basil attacking my hand. Apparently he was in the pocket of Roosevelt all along, the traitorous cat. Anyways, Rival Squad there, push back. Ow, Basil, you little shit! Ow. And his Pioneers to push back the Pathfinders with assistance from the Grenadiers and MD42 moving ahead here, aggressively exploiting the gap made here in the F3hrig's right flank. 2nd Rival Squad on the way there. No, Basil, my hand is not a toy, you fuzzy bastard. More Grenadiers arriving here west side. We're seeing F3hrig pretty much blocked unopposed. Tank traps going down here, preparing further fighting positions against the Germans. I imagine we're seeing a 3rd Grenadier Squad for Caosak, and there we go. Dritte Grenadier. The question is, does he go for 4th one, or does he just stick to 3 and take up? As for F3hrig, could take up now with, say, a lieutenant or a captain. Of course, he may go for the 3rd Rival Squad, or theoretically another Pathfinder squad. Basically, they were more barbed wire. Rival Squad going forward here, Pathfinder Rival Squad moving in. 3rd Grenadier Squad almost done here. Pioneers laying down sandbags. Caosak looking to repair defensive positions to try and absorb the American counterattack. They're swiftly working out. They can leave buying time here. Pathfinder rather than advancing. That said, bit of a narrow attack here from F3hrig, and honestly I think you should try to sneak up some forces through here and get up behind Caosak's front line here. Instead, he makes it fairly easy here for Caosak to absorb the assault with the MD42. He's not super smart there, I think, in some ways. Briefly considered a 4th Grenadier Squad, but I think Caosak is planning to go for tech here, maybe a Jaeger Command Squad or some Panzer Grenadier. Some hard infantry from the nearby 2nd Panzer Division. But we shall see what happens next. Pathfinders, Rival Squad coming forwards here. We got there the lieutenant on the way there for F3hrig. There's just 2 Rival Squads on the Pathfinders. Machine gun getting flanked. F3hrig shifting towards the center, looking to that way up. No Caosak's forces there. I mean, again, he could go on the east side, but the west side also works out here. Certainly the hedges here make it a bit harder here for Caosak to use the machine gun effectively here against F3hrig without a lot more infantry support. And the infantry support is currently being scattered out there across the map, so this works out fairly well there for F3hrig. If Caosak makes a mistake now, this could be a complete collapse here of Caosak's otherwise impressive, foothold here into American territory. Tech almost down there, going to do something up from the base again. Lieutenant out there for F3hrig to lead the way.
Our headquarters has been improved. We can now build light mechanized infantry.
Lieutenant Charles Pepper. Anyways, Rival Squad Pathfinder Captain Grenadiers here, tearing into the neck. Grenadiers need to retreat fast. Can go for light machine guns now. Most players nowadays will go for light machine guns even with access to the G33s. But we shall see if he may decide against it. Rival Squad there pushed back here by the Grenadiers, the Pioneers combo, Lieutenant up the flank. No sign of upgrades yet for F3hrig's forces. But there you go, Grenadiers caught here by the Rival Squad Pathfinders. Will have to retreat. That's 2 squads and packing, and there's actually a chance of getting a white P for F3hrig. That would be quite devastating here for Caosak at this stage. He has the takedown, we're not seeing anything further there, and the Grenadier narrowly survives, though probably a bit traumatized. So right now, entire front line's collapsing here under F3hrig's swift, swashbuckling assault here. The Pathfinder's definitely finding with that extra punch here to quickly clear out any extra stubborn Germans. 5th Cavalry arriving here, very good. No sign of the mechanized command post as of yet. Could be, of course, he may try to skip it, but seems unlikely. Ambulance still on the way, very good. Pioneers about to set up the light mechanized companies, there we go. Achtung. Finished against the Pathfinders here, quickly falling back. Grab the eastern fuel point. I mean, this map has definitely swung back and forth quite aggressively here right now. And now Caosak is finding himself with only 4 fuel per minute, but his opponent's 17, and that's only going to grow there. So definitely suddenly a bit of a dangerous position Caosak is in. Can call in the Jaeger command squad. Doesn't go for it, though, goes for the armored car, which makes sense too. But I imagine we're seeing the Jaeger command squad here for Caosak, and still no upgrades though. No G33, so no light machine guns. That one definitely stands out a bit more. And of course, F3hrig would benefit from some upgrades as well. Jaeger command squad here. And you forward on the RAF squad. He's going for the eastern point. Typical holding up here. Pathfinder's reinforcing, and we got the 5th Cal there on the way for F3hrig. Another one. Still no sign of light vehicles. Then again, versus the 2-2 definitely wants the Stuart light tank, who's going to challenge that in any consistent measure. Okay, we got G for the V-Site here for Caosak. Gives his men a bit of some boost there, plus of course the G33s, the Gewehr 43, access to grenades as well. Gives them a bit of punch there close to mid-ranges. 5th Cal almost done, moving up the west side here with the Grenadiers. Got the command squad as well, we got the armored Propagandacaster and the rifle squad. So yeah, definitely gives Caosak more mid to short range firepower here and allows him to play more offensively versus F3hrig. And Caosak does really prefer more aggressive tactics. So it makes sense there. 2 gunners equipped here with the G33s. I imagine the 3rd one will upgrade as well, though some players will then go for a light machine gun to provide a bit more mix of long and mid-range firepower that way. Forces being dispatched westwards, sandbags out there for Caosak, very good. Jaeger command squad there in cover, and U-42 holding up there, should consider doing some ambush camouflage, Pack 40 on the way, and Stuart. So definitely a fast-paced match here so far. Bazooka on the lieutenant to blast some holes into those German armed cars, but there you go, Jaeger command squad showing that they too can blast holes into the Americans. Look at that, Ludwig, he went down so fast, yeah, like a sack of potatoes. 3 kills in the Jaeger command squad, moving on the west side with the Grenadiers threatening the fuel point on the west. Meanwhile, though, F3hrig here going for the cup, and again another disruptive push here. And Caosak's forces are scattered in such a way they cannot easily resist against. I mean, theoretically, though, he could turn against F3hrig by flanking up behind it, but so far he's more or less been caught in this wedge assault here by F3hrig, and it is leaving Caosak having a hard time actually dealing with it. Lieutenant was the command squad, but there you go. 5th Cal suddenly is actually exposed on the flank. If he sprints now, I think could actually get up behind it. Sandy does not seem like Caosak is a big fan of sprinting, I suppose, exercise. Here, command squad, they're pushed back. Still making good progress on the west side. Pioneers moving ahead here. Sehr good. We got the Pack 40 there arriving to support the front line. Still light tank the rushing forwards here for F3hrig and the 3rd Armoured Division. Raising it to support the infantry against the German counter-attack as Caosak has some success in pushing back F3hrig. Stuart rushing ahead, they're already taking some significant damage to the Pack 40, there we go. F3hrig here might get a bit too caught up in things, and there's a high risk here of losing the Stuart light tank, which of course would be great for Caosak. We could turn that into, like, you know, a bonfire, but I think F3hrig here realizes he's messed up and quickly uses the terrain here to facilitate a good escape here on the east side. Thumbs up to F3hrig. Very nice to see that. North here, by the western fuel point here, we got the Pioneers counterattacking here to keep the fuel out of the Americans' hand for a bit longer. Caosak suddenly now gaining 39, almost 40 versus opponents, 10 fuel per minute. That is a significant fuel difference. Medic bunker up there for Caosak. Gonna use up the center. Pathfinder's bringing out there, 1 kill, close to 22 though. No sign. Oh, there we're about to see paratroopers, all weapon racks. I mean, I think you should definitely make the decision soon of either of those two. So there goes some elite troops here. Probably going to go for the light machine guns, but again, Thompsons, in particular on a map like this, I think could be quite good. I mean, see, appearing out of the flank suddenly with a pair of Thompsons, a bunch of Thompsons, then tactical assault could cause grievous harm there to Caosak. But this match is like just in 10 minutes seeing the map like aggressively wave back and forth here between either side. And there you go, adding the double Brownings. Very solid upgrade. He could also consider going for some grenades here. Still not super popular with American players, but there's definitely been a slight increase as of late in American players who realise, hang on, grenades are great, and actually going for them. Though still, vast majority still don't bother. Got the western fuel point here. Pathfinder's well coming up here. Gunny's being bled out. Down to 2 men, and the rest break. East side here, come out towards the raft caught there by the eastern fuel point. Rob there drops dead. Stooming up here, fixed up. Caosak here could consider taking up here soon-ish. Meanwhile, we got a big push here, but straight into the armoured car here. 24 Tomatoes, of course, want to see the cut support better. But flanking up behind here, the German position by the western point here. There we go. We do get one light machine grenadier squad here. That said, there's a Pathfinders, of course, paratrooper with a light machine. Those grenadiers are in a lot of trouble acting to retreat soon. But I think Caosak is not paying attention, meaning they're dead. I send just one man, and their chance of surviving this is pretty much none. So great kill here for F3hrig, exploiting that gap in Caosak's lines to punish him grievously. Going for another grenadier squad and another MG42 here. Can understand wanting more machine guns and infantry. Obviously, he's back to forward with that. But at the same time, I do have to question if he doesn't want to like tag up first. That is a minor detail. Then we got the paratroopers, the Pathfinder pushing forwards here. Gunny's doing what they can here. Grenade could maybe have been an idea there, but too late for that now. Fresh grenadier squad arriving. Pack 4 being hunted down here by F3hrig's paratroopers and Pathfinders. And there goes to it, going for the armoured car. The situation is a bit chaotic here. Caosak frantically trying to stall here the assault of F3hrig, but F3hrig just is refusing to slow down. There we go. Got the armoured car. Stuart, though, is heavily damaged. Paratroop doing what they can. Need to pop a grenade here, but F3hrig is not popping the grenade. That is a great bit of luck there for Caosak. Then your Pathfinders quickly wiped out with the G43 grenadiers. But no, he's shooting at the paratroopers instead. Or they are shooting at the paratroopers instead. Awkward. Point this ceased. We got 462 versus 422. Ralph's coming forward here for F3hrig. No tech yet here, but we do get the second machine gun ready. No sign of ambush camouflage by the of Caosak's forces. Definitely think you'd benefit from some of that. Particularly in the heavy machine gun teams, ambush camouflage in those is just great. 5th calibers the grenadiers, down to 1 man though. F3hrig, I think, very wisely retreats here. No sign of tech yet there for him. You could consider a mortar, to be honest. I think a mortar would be a pretty good investment here versus Caosak. An American player with a mortar he uses well can be quite dangerous, if anything. This can be used to provide quick smoke screens against enemy machine gun positions, just others, you know, make it harder for the Germans to dig in. So, a mortar could be an excellent addition here for F3hrig, to be honest, versus Caosak. That are taking up. He could also consider fuel cache, honestly. Caosak, meanwhile, is finally taking up. So good there. So good. Pack shoots, misses the Stuart. Looks like we might be seeing a deep flank up north here from F3hrig. Very nice to see that. We're also obviously concerned here with the engagement by the southern victory point. And a deep flank from here could prove to be devastating for Caosak. Yeah, command's caught there low in health, quickly falling back in the face of the Stuart light tank. No anti-tank support there makes it a very dangerous proposition. Oh, we actually got an ambush camouflage. Thumbs up. So we've got the machine gun punish going for the Russians there. Up north, looks like F3hrig's just too caught up in the southern fighting to not flank. Instead, he gets caught here with the gunners being on the field point. I guess that works too for F3hrig. Tech done. No tech still here for F3hrig. Oh, there we go. Spoke too soon. He's also got plenty of munitions. I mean, it is possibly staying up for the P-47 rocket strafe, but sometimes you have to ask yourself, wouldn't it just be better to have some more resources up now so we may not need to rely on it so much? In this regard, you know, weapon racks could be a great idea here, but also just calling another paratrooper squad, which would push him into 6th infantry territory, which again is a bit risky and requires some fairly aggressive management skills, but could be indeed. That said, he's going for the anti-tank gun drop. That works too, actually. Actually should have been an option I should have considered. Ooh, that was lucky they avoided the Pack 40 shot there. Didn't avoid the Panther first, but in-game that does not do as much damage. In the actual war though, Panzerfaust was a devastating weapon, and tank crews that saw their own comrades being blown up by Panzerfaust would have nightmares about it for years to come. So again, the game in no way reflects the actual power of the Panzerfaust, which really in many ways was a powerful weapon in some ways, revolutionary, a disposable anti-tank weapon that could just be like, you know, easily operated and used to knock out tanks. So yeah, little fun fact there. And again, that's, you know, some of those things that games can never like truly reflect, unless like, you know, you don't want it to be balanced as well at the same time. And I suppose also less traumatizing when you also talk stuff like white phosphorus. But little side note there. Troops reinforcing healing here. East side here, we got the machine, they're still in ambush position, though its flank is exposed. So if at this point Felix all walked into it once, he should be aware of its position, at which point it doesn't matter too much. That said, Felix still floating a lot of munitions. Again, would strongly recommend some ambush camouflage, but some grenades or some weapon racks here for F3hrig. Sapomacop, he can go for the Pentafor soon. Machine gun routed. Going for the Eastern Victory Point here. We got 436 versus 1546. Grenade off in there. Go Lieutenant. Gets wiped. Ooh. Great killer for Caosak's gun yesterday with a Stielhand Granate. And the center grenades sent packing over the 5th Cal. That was a pretty good kill though, wiping one of F3hrig's infantry squads. Panther 4 there for Caosak and their 352nd Infantry Division. And another paratroop squad here for F3hrig. Gonna replace the losses with that. I mean, that's going to be pretty tough stuff there for Caosak to deal with. I mean, that'll be 2 paratrooper squads then with most likely double light machine guns, which again will be able to lay down an incredible amount of firepower versus Caosak's infantry. And again, Eastern Field they're being hit. Going for a pretty aggressive airdrop here from F3hrig. Always risking this, getting caught even in for a real creep drop there. Your entire unit suppressed. And there you go. Lewis drops dead up north. You find where the car phone is. The Gunners are one. The Route squad there with the G for defeats. The lack again of upgrades on F3hrig's infantry is definitely to the advantage of Caosak's Grenadiers. There you go. Panther 4 arriving. Power plants reporting the M42 could consider popping incendiary piercing rounds here. Always a good ability to use as a Wehrmacht player in my experience. Timed correctly can be absolutely devastating for an infantry to be in the line of fire of. But there you go, Panther 4 arriving. Yeah, F3hrig still for a lot of munitions, but again we got the second paratroop squad ready, and I imagine we're seeing double light machine guns, meaning could go for the Thompsons, or in theory in a pinch go for the bazookas. Pack 40 shoots, misses the Stuart light tank. Going for the Eastern fuel point again, very good. Troops reinforcing healing. These are the paratroopers. Stuart entertaining westwards here for F3hrig, freedom and democracy. Panther taking a great hit here from the M1 anti-tank gun. But there you go, infantry threatening the anti-tank, forcing F3hrig to pull it back, to wipe it out here with a bit of luck. 5th Cal repositioning to stall any German advance up east and south. But it does also mean the 5th Cal is theoretically quite exposed, so like good flank there could easily force it to retreat or even wipe it. Got the anti-tank gun there. Great kill here for Caosak. Could grab it, but more likely our Magnus just going to destroy it. Yup. Destroying that would definitely hurt. F3hrig is rushing in there with squad to recruit it. You know, otherwise, really bad position too, so that there's just a good chance it's going to be wasted manpower, which just delays the inevitable. This is actually a really good situation for Caosak. That said, losing the air command squad, in particular Vetchi 2, that's going to be a bit painful here, but it doesn't happen. And has he actually upgraded that one? Hard to say there. Jackson tanks there for F3hrig, obviously concerned about enemy German armor and the potential for more goes for the longer range tank destroyer. And there goes second light machine upgrade ready here as well. This does further support the Jackson, as again he has a lot of anti-infantry firepower in these 2 paratroop squads. Meaning he can, you know, more rely on the Jackson tanks just to focus on enemy armor. Fuel per down the west being grabbed here by Caosak. He's probably going to go for more Panther Force that could consider sneaking a Stuke there once he confirms there's a Jackson on his arse. 5th Cal, they're being hauled forwards. Ferric there's playing aggressively. And both sides are overall, I would say, fairly aggressive players. Like, neither side's trying to dither, stall a bat, or anything. They're both attacking, heading there. And, like, looking for weak spots. I mean, that's all great play to see then. Definitely makes for very interesting commentaries, as far as I'm concerned. Jackson done there for Ferric. The M36 Jackson tank destroyer, back here troops reinforcing, setting out. Jaeger commands my way here for Caosak. Grabbing the western victory point. And he's flanking the 5th Cap, they're getting caught right in the arc of fire there. Marching on the centre to the Pathfinders, Panther for the move. Shot fired there, stooping up, it's going to run straight into the Pack 40 here. Second Panther with it for Caosak, Germany, Deutschland, there you go, Pack 40 from the 352nd will take out the street. No, it gets away. Close call there, though, very close call here for Ferric in the 78 Command Squad for 1 paratrooping up here, a significant force there. We get the P-47 here, but note, the way he's calling it in there, like, the Panther 4's like, you know, easily able to get away from it, while he, of course, is denying his opponent the use of the tanks there at the same time. The question is that really worth 225 munitions? Even then, like, he doesn't spot the tank, so it actually ends up doing very little. So I do have to question the usage of this one. The paratroopers end up doing some nasty damage. With that said, they were been split up from the other squad there, which is rushing back, leaving them just to fight against 2 Grenadier squads, including some in heavy cavalry, light machine gun support, costing Ferric there quite aggressively. Jackson going for the Panther 4, but overall ended up being a series of not very good engagements, costing Ferric a lot of resources without really achieving much damage on his opponent, while Caosak conceded ground. Like, the way he's able to, like, use foils Ferric to again waste resources means he can easily counterattack now. Like, for example, he knows he doesn't have to worry about, like, the P-47 anytime soon, to some degree. And again, the infantry's also suffered harshly, so Caosak can actually just bounce back here versus Ferric. So again, not the best attack. Plus, Caosak got a 50 cal, so now he has a total of 3 heavy machine gun teams, and Ferric's got none. And 3 heavy machine gun teams means Caosak can actually control the map here quite effectively versus Ferric, whereas again, Ferric will struggle a bit there with map control, so really dangerous situation there in some ways actually for Ferric. Paratroopers in the east level as the Jaeger command squad at east level. Grenadiers and G4 features change to the paratroopers there. Holland first there, not doing too well. Ah, so Satisfied calls them Screaming Eagles. Now, Jürgen, I don't think that's why. Jackson shoots at the Panther 4. And got to find the machine gun there. Major there seems to get like some slightly awkward coordinates there, but they're still heavy damage to the machine gun crew. But again, even if you lost it, like the thing is, Caosak's got 3 heavy machine gun teams, and like you were to like add ambush camouflage to the 50 cal, that's going to be a really bad time for Ferric's infantry. A really bad time. Ferric, I think, should go for Sherman as soon as possible. Rascal will be caught out in the centre here. In the east, we got the Grenadiers on their own as the paratrooper squad here. A lot of light machine gun being fired, being exchanged, but the Grenadiers, just one, is easily outclassed by the paratroopers. Still, Caosak is all managing the fights much better. Again, he's bleeding out less, so even like, you know, Ferric in some ways is making gains. It's coming at a very high price. And all the way Ferric is increasingly finding his engagements is at a very high cost to himself versus Caosak. Thanks to Jaeger Infantry, he's able to fight the fights there quite efficiently. I mean, he doesn't hurt so much and he can easily push back. In this regard, Ferric needs to change his attack to involve more flanks again here versus Caosak. Like, he's like, you know, look to the sides of the map, like look to really surprise Caosak and then deliver some hard attacks those ways. And he would also benefit strongly from some artillery like mortars, possibly even a Scot there, to just like bombard Caosak positions that way. Sherman away there. Getting mauled up here in the west, centre there, we got the Grenadiers with the Panther 4 support there. Jackson running in, shoots at the Panther 4. On the east side there's not really much happening. You could also move up the 5th cal, which by the way has been game in ambush camouflage. Thumbs up to Caosak there. Until I find the machine gun there. Almost gets the machine gun wipe there, but again it does escape with one gunner. Sherman halfway done here for Ferric and Freedom. Caosak, in theory, could like go for Stuke now to help deal with the Jackson a bit further. He could also just go for an Ostwind, or he could go for another Panther 4. I mean, all 3 options I would say at this point are all equally viable. It just depends on like why he's going for them. Paratroop the 5 from the Panther 4. And there you go, M43 Sherman ready here for F3hrig. Good hit from the Panther 4 and the paratroopers. 7 Grenadiers holding up here, 50 cal IMD-42 in the east. They want to move up a bit further here on the eastern points. Sherman Jackson want to hit paratroop move as well here. Sherman Jackson rushing forwards here, looks like he's on the offensive. Stewart moving in as well here. Sherman Pants holding caught with the Jackson Stewart Sherman here. Definitely a bit risky. I mean, there's no real reconnaissance like which been a big raid here from F3hrig to pop in there first and let get the Panther 4. Does look like it's going to lose the Jackson, which is actually not a good trade-off here for F3hrig. If he does get the other Panther 4, it's going to work out somewhat, but also worth knowing the 8 commands we forgot about here by Caosak due to the sudden surprise limit of attack. There we go, but no Panther Faust. Panther 4 down to half health. Panther 4 falling back to Stewart. The Sherman rushes after it. Of course, worth knowing, he could have popped smoke as well. I mean, there's a lot of things F3hrig could have done. He's also lost a lot of infantry, I think, further. He's down to just 4 squads. He's lost a paratrooper squad, really. Got the Panther 4. Another one with for Caosak. I mean, a Stu here would have been great, obviously. Mine's also been a nice addition here, but still, ultimately, despite the loss of the tanks, beyond that, though, Frank's really not pushed back Caosak at all, though. So while he's definitely doing damage here, like, the rest of Caosak's front line is still holding up. In fact, he's attacking. He is attacking. But Herr Oberleutnant, the Americans and the rear lines. Yes, this is the best time to attack. Oh my god, he's lost it again. Well, squad pony charge. All clashing up with the Pathfinders backing up there. Panther 4 almost around the corner here for Caosak. Pack 4 in Ben Walker position here. Got the flame from the Ralph squad. MD4 holding up here. Panther 4 ready. I'm surprised he's still around the base with that tank. Shot bounce. Lucky there for F3hrig. Shot bounced again. We got Smokey being put up with the Sherman. Good shot there. You got 328 was on 64. Panther down to half health. Misses the Sherman. He's going up the flank here, up north point. That means he's going to clash with the gun. Ralph squad almost saying the part machine gun wiped out. Pack shoots, whiffs. You got 328 was 149. Paratroopers 40 for F3hrig. You still got plenty of manpower. Again, more infantry could be in here, more paratroopers though. At this point, you may have to consider like adding some with bazookas actually. Going for another Sherman there. That's also a pretty good idea there, I think. North there, going to be pushed back by the Pathfinders. Almost got a wipe there. And there you go, ambush 50 cal catching the paratroopers out in the open and just unleashing hell upon them. Smoke deployed there though, very nice. Still as the gun using this Jaeger command on the center. Troop reinforcing healing. Finish charging the Pathfinders, pushing them back. Bringing another machine gun. 5th gun needs to be assaulted by the Steward. We got 320 on 26. Second Sherman ready. About to lose the 5th gun here to the Americans. There you go. So despite everything, the match still hangs in the balance here because F3hrig again is an aggressive player, meaning he can exploit weakness and gaps there, and they're still like allowed to do some damage here versus Caosak. But again, he's definitely playing a high stakes game. There's Sherman rushing forwards here. Good hit there. Will this be the end of the Sherman? Got the Steward rushing in as well here. Almost got the Panther 4 paratroop running grenades off here. Heavy damage there. 2 F3hrig infantry, though. Again, if he just pops some smoke with the Sherman, I think he's been doing this sort of thing in much better position here. And Caosak been much worse. Paratroop about to get wiped out. They're dropping the light machine guns. There you go. That's a wipe. Sherman is down. He got the Panther 4, but an incredible price here. Still, F3hrig believes in ultimate victory for democracy, freedom, burgers. Shan pushing forward the center. Hickler needs routed there. That's it. F3hrig has got next to no troops left. Meanwhile, Caosak has still got 4 infantry squads. And a pack 40. You can still go for Panzer IV. They could also just go for Stug, to be honest. Ein Sturmgeschütz. He still hasn't crewed that machine gun. No one has. No one hasn't even bothered with the 5th cal. I actually thought I was planning to do that. Gotta go got the machine gun up north. Another 5th cal for F3hrig. Honestly, I think you should call him one infantry and just grab the 5th cal here. Maybe get the Brownings 30 cals back. Shan being pushed back. We got 328 versus 104. Pioneers could grab the 5th cal. He's definitely go for the victory point there. Close to the second. Another Panther 4 here. Back 40 round to deal with the Sherman. There we go. Got the 5th cal. There you go. Super rushing again. I mean, F3hrig is just aggressive, fearless, driven by a love of America. Panther 4 on the way there. Got his up to Panther 5 that's light tank. Pack 40 crew definitely in trouble though, and again F3hrig just drives forwards. Sherman forwards here. And the Panther Sherman down to half health. Panther almost around the corner here. We got 322 versus 103. F3hrig is on the brink here, but he is attacking nonetheless. North, you've got the Pathfinders with the Jaeger Commands. Got the Jaeger Commands. What is executing the Pathfinders? 5th cal they're arriving. F3hrig should call in some more troops here. Call in paratroops. Just anything. Panther right around the corner. Sherman misses. These floodings are ready resources. Come on, F3hrig. Use your resources better. Better. And Wadsworth gets over his tanks. Panther arriving there. 5th cal again for F3hrig. He's not even bothering with infantry at this point. He's just going for 50 cals. 5th cal there. Theoretically, like if you fight armor piercing rounds into the rear at that range, might be able to cap the Sherman. Thankfully for F3hrig, Caosak didn't have the munitions for that. Panther arrives then takes out the Sherman.
A medium tank was just lost.
Panther flanking the 50 cal. Nice push there. There we go. F3hrig surrenders. Finally forced to concede and retreat. GG game over. A fierce and violent, spectacular match here on Bocage, with a lot of maneuvering there, a lot of lessons of aggressions, but also at times, you know, F3hrig could use his resources better, like upgrades, but also could have flanked more times. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.